Yeah, again, welcome to part 2 of our tutorial, creating character animation in Adobe Photoshop. So in the last tutorial, we were designing this character. So in this one, we are going to make the final touches and then also animate it right away. So this is it, but the colors are pale. So to fix these colors, I'll select the outer edge as we named the outer edge, the first layer, then come to FX and go to color overlay. Then here in color overlay, we'll come to magenta, we put 5, and then yellow 100 to come out with this kind of yellow. Okay, we'll go into the inner. Remember we made it a smart object, so double click on it. Okay, then open it and come to this one, to the gradient, and make this yellow the same number. Here we've put 25, then okay. So we'll have this, and then come to this shadows. Still you can go to color overlay and give it the same color of here 25 and here yellow 100. So we'll have this, and then when we save, since this is a smart, or this group we also made it as a smart object, it will save in the final piece, which is this. So we are now having these colors. Now we are going to go into our animation. So this is our eyebrow. Let's go on making them as smart objects. Before, I want to show you why we make them smart objects. Let's create a timeline for animation. Come to Windows, then timeline, then create video timeline. So here we have our layers. So take an example. This clip, we have left it as a shape layer, and to confirm, the icon is here, which shows it is a shape layer. So when we open its attributes here, select the arrow, it will show the attribute. We will see position, opacity, style, blah blah, but we will not see scale. So we need to scale to be able to make position and also scale. So that's why we convert it to a smart object. But also shape layers are necessary, and in the coming video I will show you how. So come to this, we name it as mouth, then right click, convert to smart object. So all our layers are almost smart object. Come to this, convert to smart object. So almost all our layers are smart objects. So what we are going to do, we are going to drag this timeline to here to create a new working space which is favorable for us. Since we have many layers, we'll put this up like this and then drag it down so that it tries to accommodate almost all our layers so that we can see them at one time. We'll zoom this more, then push it here. We want to make it to start small, then make it big, it blinks, then it blinks. We also make a blink. So first of all, when we come to our time slider here is for zooming the timeline and reducing it. So here up is in frame, so already our settings are in 24 frames per second, so time is 5 seconds. So let's leave it at 5 seconds, then we start our animation. First of all, we'll zoom in our timeline up here. We go to 5 frames, then open our layers and set a key. Open and set a key on transformation. So here transformation comes when you convert an object to a smart object, and transformation work for scale and position. So this is the attribute we are going to use for our animation. This one will not animate, so it's the attribute we are going to use for our animation. So I've finished to set key, move into the timeline to where the time, then select all the layers and scale them down like this. Scale them down. So when you go to our timeline and press play, this is what will happen. It will scale in. We can press the space bar to play, or press the space bar. We can see it's moving. So that's our first animation. Hope you are happy with it. So when we play, this is what happens. It comes in like that. I made an animation for an envelope here in Photoshop some time back. You can also check out on that tutorial. I'll put the link in the description. So we continue with our animation. So it's like this. Okay, now we can work on the timing. Let's say it reaches in 4 frames. So we can adjust the timing by dragging this to instead of making 5 frames, we make 4. So here it will show you this first one is the frame number. You can also come here and go into timeline frame rate and make it 24 frames per second, because we have been working with 30. So I've changed to 24 now. Our frame, which was at 5, is now at 4. So this speed, I think, is okay, but we are going to give it some bounce. So we'll go in between these 2 frames. We select all the layers. And then make this bigger than the final one. Let's say like this, to create a bounce. So it will be like flip. So it comes front more, it goes back. Flip. So when it reaches here, we will make a blink. So at this frame, we will put a frame hold. We will move 3 frames from 4, 1, 2, 3. We will set a key on each of our layer using this diamond. Add or remove keyframe. So tap this. We have created a frame hold. So when you play, when it reaches here, it will pause. Let's also add on this right one. Go up and down to see what's happening. So here there is a frame hold. So we have given it a frame hold, but we can make it a moving hold. How? By giving some of our layers some movement. We can move the eyes down, come to this keyframe, to this last keyframe, then move one eye up, one, in this one step, then move the eyebrow up one step, plus the mouse up. so it will be like it is resting, then it this acts like a frame hold, but we have put some small animation on other parts like the eyes. So when you come to here, let's add more in the eyes, so they are now moving. Let's create a blink. First of all, it is better to make a research about real principles of animation. So this is it for today, and in the next tutorial we will be making the final touch up for our animation. See you. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment. The arena at beyond.